Number two is if you have access to a stool, a bench, a chair, anything that you can kind of prop your leg up onto, you can search Ziani, Z-I-A-N-I, 7 postures, right? Kador Ziani. This guy, he's 49 years old. He can dunk on a 10-foot hoop barefoot, and he's only 5 feet 9 inches tall. So just by using simple tool like a chair or a stool, you can start to prehab and rehab your body so that you can not only prevent injuries, but with a chair you could basically start to strengthen your toes, your feet, your Achilles, your ankle. And when you start to develop this strength in the foot, they say a pyramid is only as tall as its base. So, right, your feet are the first contact point of the ground. So when you start to strengthen your feet, you're gonna send that strength all the way up, right? That strength is gonna transfer from your feet all the way up to your body. So it might seem, right, you might not realize that just by having a chair or even a step in your house can be just this perfect stretching tool, where if you spend even a minute a day stretching, right, you're going to develop this tremendous strength and flexibility in your toes, right? There's so much power that you can create from your toes, and only in the past year have I been introduced to these stretches, but just from this little amount of time, I just feel so much more stable and strong and balanced in my toes and in my feet. So he's got a book out. It's called 7 Postures, but he also has hundreds, if not thousands, of videos online that help you. Right, if you just spend some time looking through these videos, you're going to find some easy ways so that you can really start to get super strong in your feet. So that's something that you could check out. Okay, so that lays down the foundation for breathing and some movement. Okay, so you say you have a ball, and you said you also have a 15-pound weight. Just in terms of a ball, if we start focusing on dribbling, right? So let's say I'm here, even doing something like toe touches, right? Toe touches in a small space is not only going to help with your timing and your rhythm, but just going backwards, forwards, right, side to side, spinning in a circle. Right, this is just fundamentals. It's almost turning the ball into a stepper, right? So just being able to move freely and feeling the ball underneath your foot. Doesn't matter what size it is, but your ability to do toe touches is just a simple pattern, right? This is probably one of the most simple fundamental patterns that you can master, right? Nice and easy. You want to be light on your feet, breathing, relaxed, and then see the arms moving, right? They're not hanging by the side. You kind of want it to just be moving freely as if you're running. Simple. Then there's a pattern. This is a pattern. If you have Instagram, you could search Fanta, Sista, Mickey. He's got a pattern that looks like this, right? So you're here, and then what he does, he does a step behind the back, and then goes back, right? So first step is here, right? So that's the normal, just toe touches. So what Fanta, Sista, Mickey's, I've learned from him, he'll go here, and then he'll go here, right behind the back. So it's here, 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 right? You see that? Right? Behind the back. And this just makes it so that you can start to pivot and have just more, right? It gives you this option so that in tight spaces when you're dribbling, you can just do more things and off balance your opponent. And just once you develop, right, when you go from here, this just adds a whole dimension to your dribbling that once you make it part of your, right, if you start practicing this 1 minute a day, it's going to make it where you could start to become very tricky with just a few simple dribbling patterns, right? Because then you could start chaining patterns, different dribbling patterns together, and you could become very dangerous with, you know, some very simple patterns, especially if you start to dribble different size balls, right? Like tennis ball and, you know, whatever size ball you have. Just adding one other size ball will start to help improve your awareness, and your touch, right? So so that first step is this, and then the second step is boom, boom, right? So give those a try. The last step, or another option, I don't have a lot of room, but it looks like this. It goes, you go outside, outside, inside, outside, inside, outside, outside, inside, outside, inside, outside, outside, inside, outside, inside, outside, outside, inside, outside, inside. Right, this is the Tom Turnbull dribbling sequence. If you practice this over and over and over, saying it out loud when you're doing it, and going slow in the beginning, this is going to help you start to chain together moves, and then you could start to stack moves onto this dribbling sequence. So you could start to go outside, outside, inside, outside, step over, or outside, outside, inside, outside, L move, L move. Right, so it helps you not think about dribbling. A lot of times when players haven't developed the awareness of the ball at their feet, they spend too much time looking down at their feet, and what happens is, if they're looking down at their feet, then they can't be aware of time and space around them. So this dribbling sequence, right, this Tom Turnbull dribbling sequence, allows you to get comfortable with the ball at your feet, because it's going to allow you to practice dribbling in a very relaxed way, right? Nice and easy. Outside, outside, inside, outside, inside, outside, outside, inside, outside, inside, outside, outside, inside, outside, inside. By just getting into that nice rhythm, super relaxed, breathing, you're going to start to be able to dance around opponents, and you don't need that much space to practice, right? Either you said in your room or the concrete area outside is a perfect place where you can start to just practice this over and over and over, right? And as you become more confident doing the sequence, you're going to start to be able to get, your vision's going to start to lift up a little bit, because you're going to still be able to see the ball, but now your peripheral vision will start to increase, and this is going to make it so that you can start to not only play good passes, but also be able to look up, to take peeks of where the goal is, and to start to score more goals, because you're going to have better awareness of where everything around you is. It's because a lot of players, they spend so much time shooting, but their dribbling skills aren't up to par with their shooting skills, which means they never even get to the point where they could get the shot, right? So you have to develop the dribbling skills first for you to set up your shots and your passes to advance up the field. If you can't connect passes and help your team advance up to the field, or you lose the ball because your skills aren't up to par, then you're not going to have as many scoring opportunities, or you're not going to be able to keep possession for your team. So there's three options there, right? Fanta, Sista, Mickey. Fanta, Sista, Mickey. Fanta, Sista, Mickey on Instagram. You have that Tom Turnbull dribbling sequence, and then you have just simple toe touches, right? Fundamental. 1 minute a day with those toe touches is really going to help elevate your skills, right? Simple as that. Now let's talk about while we're talking about dribbling, right? The second thing, let's talk about juggling. Not all the best jugglers are the best players, but all the best players are always the best jugglers. So even 1 minute a day juggling, you said in your room or outside, even just throwing the ball up and tossing it to yourself. I like to start with the quads, especially for beginners, because it's a bigger surface area, which means if it's a bigger surface area, this is going to allow you to just find success early on as you begin to juggle, because a lot of times beginners get turned away from juggling because they haven't been shown ways to practice juggling effectively. So for that reason, just by gaining a sense of comfortability and finding success early on with the thighs makes it fun to practice, right? Because anyone can do this. Anyone can throw the ball up, thigh, thigh catch, thigh catch, thigh catch, thigh catch, thigh catch, and then thigh, thigh catch, right? Thigh, thigh catch, thigh, thigh catch, thigh, 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 thigh catch, thigh catch, thigh catch, then bounce, kick, catch, kick, or thigh catch, thigh catch, thigh, kick, catch, thigh, kick, catch, right? So you could just start to see how there's a nice progression. You start to get in a rhythm. So just alternating between juggling, dribbling, and then now let's show you an exercise you could do with that 15-pound weight. So let's say you're on the floor or you have a chair. What you want to do is look up the exercise. It's called the torture twist. The torture twist. So I'm in the chair. You want to bring, let's say this is your 15-pound weight. You want to raise your legs up as high as you can go, and then bring that weight to the side. Now the weight's over right here, and you're holding it for as long as you can. When you can't hold it for any longer, switch to the other side. Hold for as long as you can. Once your side taps out, that's one set, right? That's one set. Then you go back into the dribble. Then you go back into the juggle, and then when you're ready, hit it again, right? As long as you can here, as long as you can here. Boom, right? And then, so that's your core, right? The next thing you can do, you want to lay down on the ground on your stomach, and then all you do is, with that 15 weight, you can have it in your hands, right by your throat. You're gonna lift up with the weight, and you're gonna lift up here, and you can either keep the head exactly where it is, facing the ground. You can twist the head, or so you can extend the weight over your head and hold it there, or you could start to keep it out in front of you, and then twist your head left, twist your head right. So there's a lot of options, right? You can put, if that's too hard, you could put your hands to the side, and then just lift up, look left, come down. Lift up, look right, come down. Lift up, look left, come down, right? So there's looking to the left, there's looking down to the ground, there's looking up, and there's looking to the left. Just playing around with different directions where you look with your head, right? Rotating to the left, rotating to the right, or looking up is going to tax your back and going to strengthen your back in different ways. So this is coming from the book. It's called The Happy Body. If you got a library close to you, or you can just, maybe you could find a PDF online, and there's some free videos of this Happy Body workout online. That's by Jersey Gregor. Just search The Happy Body book. Right, so those are enough exercises just to get you started, just to get you into a framework of thinking about how can I do some little things every day, right? Just by bringing that ball everywhere you go and getting more touches, spending a few minutes a day, getting back into the rhythm, that's really going to help you improve and have more fun playing soccer. So hopefully these ideas help, and reach out with any questions. All right, thank you.